Welcome to this VBA's demo class. In this section, I am going to cover what is VBA, why we need to consider, and what is the hierarchy of this VBA. The first one, what is VBA? VBA is a built-in application in Excel where we can write macros, nothing but piece of codings with set of instructions. So it is a built-in application in Excel. We can find it in each and every Excel version, like as Python, Java, C++. Those are the different platforms where we can write the programs. So VBA also platform where we can write the programs, but provided by the Microsoft people. So VBA and macros is not a different process. VBA is an application. In that application, we have to write macros, nothing but programs. So the next one, why we need to consider this? To make some automation reports, to save our time with routine tasks in Excel. Whatever we cannot do in Excel, we can do with VBA concept. We can export the report based on the requirement just by clicking on one button. We can send mails automatically. We can attach PDF file, Excel, MS Word, getting the result from the different Excel books based on the columns. And still there are many concepts why we should really consider this VBA. We are going to save a lot of time. And the next one is, what is the hierarchy of VBA? Application, workbook, worksheets, range. This is the hierarchy of VBA. As per this hierarchy, we need to declare one by one to write the simple programs. The next one is about extension, nothing but the file format. .xls, it is for older Excel versions. Currently we are not using this. And .xlsx, latest Excel versions. Currently we are using this, nothing but the file format. What is .xlsm? XLS means all the Excel concepts, M means macros. If we are writing any macros, then we have to save this particular Excel book along with this extension. Then only macros will be saved. So while we are going to save this Excel book, it will ask this Excel macro enabled. We need to take this. Otherwise, macros will not be saved. So this is called extension, nothing but the file format. Now, using VBA's hierarchy, how to write the simple program to get value in other sheet. If I just click on this button, that particular program will be executed, so that we are able to get the value in that particular sheet. Now there is no any value in sheet 2. Whenever I click on that button, I am able to get the results. So using that VBA's hierarchy, we are going to write a simple program in this demo section. Let's write it. In order to write codings, we need to open this VBA application. It is available under the developer. If I am not having that, let me hide this, or let me remove this, hide from quick access toolbar, or customize the ribbon. We will just right click on any ribbon tab like home, page out, or formulas. We'll just right click and go to the customize the ribbon. And then if it is disabled, we need to enable the developer. Then only it will apply. Check and click on OK. Then only it will be visible here. From this VBA concept will be starting. Visual Basic for an application. The shortcut is called Alt F11 to open this VBA. This is the VBA page. Still we haven't received any coding page. First we need to check the task. What is the task? In this particular book, VBA demo, and the sheet name is called sheet 2. I want to get my values in sheet 2 and the location is A1. So we need to follow the hierarchy. The first one is application, workbook, worksheets, and range. As per that, let me open that Visual Basic. If I want to type it in a sheet 2, I can just double click here. This is called project and this is called properties. If we are not having this window by default, we'll just go to the view and bring that properties as well as project. Yes. So our task is to type in this book VBA demo, and it is having multiple sheets. Let's open a new book by pressing Ctrl N. So now I have activated two workbooks, VBA demo and then book 1. If If I want to write it in a VBA, I need to write the file name. Example, in this project window, I'm able to see there are two books, workbook number 1 and VBA demo. Workbook number 1 is having only one sheet, but VBA demo file is having multiple sheets. So the task is to type in sheet 2. So double click here, this is the coding page. We can write the coding here, but the preferable method is always write the codings inside the module. After writing any programs, if you delete that particular sheet, that macros also will be deleted. So that is the reason, for safer side, there are two options. One, we can write a program inside this workbook. Just double click here. How to check whether we are inside this workbook or worksheet? We can just check this drop down list. There is a workbook. There is a workbook. If you just double click on any sheet, there is a worksheet. The preferable method is to insert always module. I got the model here. If you want to rename, click on that model, go to the properties, we can rename it demo. And double click here, there is no workbook and worksheet. We can write codings to control all the worksheets or other workbooks, other applications, MS Word, Outlook, PowerPoint. Even we can do web scraping by writing a program inside model. And there is a rule in this VBA. We need to start with sub procedure. After that, we have to write the macro name. What is the macro we are going to give? It's up to us based on the task. Our task is to type something value in that particular location. I'll just print value in this demo class. It won't take space, so that is the reason I'm giving shift underscore and hit enter. Automatically brackets will come and then end separate will come. Between this, we have to write the program. So now, what is the first hierarchy? If I just go back to that workbook, application, workbooks, worksheet and range. No need to specify that application because already we have opened Excel. We will just specify from this workbook. Workbooks of, open the bracket within the double quotation because we are going to write a text character. So what is the book name? We have to mention the object name. It's VBA demo.xlsm. VBA demo.xlsm. Close the double quotation dot. Before performing anything, we need to active that object. So I'm going to active this. Once we activating that workbook, the next hierarchy is called worksheets because workbooks are collection of multiple worksheets. In that particular book where I want to type sheet 2, I want to mention that worksheets of sheet 2 should active. In that particular sheet, the last hierarchy where you want to type range of A1 dot, I want to write value equals to, I'll just write VBA coding. Close the double quotation because of text. So this is a simple program using that hierarchy. This is the basic method. If you want to execute this, there are two methods. Pressing F8, nothing but debug, step-by-step execution, or pressing F5 in one-time execution. Even if you are not activating the proper book, let's open book 1 and even we can go to the VBA page to execute the program. Now I'm pressing F8 from the keyboard. It has started now. On the first line, I need to active VBA demo Excel book. So in the background, book 1 has activated. If I just execute that by pressing F8, that particular book has opened. It means that has been activated, and now in that particular book I want to open sheet 2. So we'll just press F8, it has activated, and in A1 I want to get this value. Press F8, I got this, and press F8 to finish this. If you want to execute one go, we need to press F5 from the keyboard. So now before that, I'll just do some changes. For example, VBA coding, I'm going to write it as syllabus as well. Now I will press F5. It has executed here. So F5 nothing but we can just click on the play button as well. And another way, you can just click on that button to execute the same program. For that, I'll go to the sheet 1 or sheet 2, it is up to us. I'll just insert the button, go into this developer, insert the first button, and then I'm going to drag it here. Automatically it will open assign macro tab. Here we need to select that particular macro name, print value demo, and then click on OK. I'll just change the caption name. If I just click on that button, the same program will be executed. Let me delete this value. Click on this get value. I got it. So the same program will execute. So this is the demo class, and regular classes will be happen based on the syllabus as well as study materials. For example, this is the study material. This is an intermediate concept. Like in each and every Excel file, you'll get purpose, summary, and then practical section. At the end, you will get activity sheet, nothing but challenge, where you can do some practice in your free time. As I mentioned, whatever we can't do in Excel, we can do with VBA. Let's hide multiple sheets, hold in the control, right click and hide it. If I want to unhide multiple sheets at one time, it is not possible in Excel. But if I am using Office 365, which is the latest Excel version, it is possible hold in the control. But still it will take time. So you can just click on that button, unhide. I got all the sheets back. So we can just save our time using VBA concept. So this is just one example. Here I'm having all the company IDs, AT1030 ADs, and then 1030SE6 ADs. So based on the company ID, I should get that article code or quantity, sale value, just a required value. So it is possible with VLOOKUP or XLOOKUP. We can just tell that column index number, we can pull the data. But if I just select this AT1030, it has repeated many times. It is having unique article codes, so we can't get multiple values using VLOOKUP. But in this VBA, it is possible. If you just click on that many matches, I am getting it. It is having 4 unique article codes. If I am selecting the different one, many matches, it is also having 4 unique article codes. SE1080, it is having 3 unique article codes. So it is possible in this VBA. And what happens if I select the different one which is not listed here? Then we'll get one proper message, company ID not found. We can keep this custom error note as well. The next, getting the result from the different Excel files. Just click by clicking on one button. It is also possible. How to work with the folders, how to export as CSV format, PDF format, text format, and also how to import from the different Excel files based on the columns. That is also possible. So like that, as per the particular study materials, we have to learn step by step. Looping concept, built-in collections, just basics to intermediate codings, and then advanced level of codings. How to send mail automatically using that Outlook, events, user forms, function procedures, as well as project-oriented examples, along with interview practical questions. So this is an introduction level of VBA.